Hi, Integrated Math 1. Welcome to your Unit 4.2 review. Yay! We're going to review for the unit. And I am, of course, using your 4.2 study guide. So you might want to pull that out, have that handy. Hopefully, you've already tried these problems for yourself and you're just checking your work right now. So let's go ahead and just jump right in, shall we? Question number 1, we want to organize the data set into a two-way frequency table and then complete the marginal frequency distribution for the data set. So I'm going to use this first table to help me do all my tally marks, and then I'm going to use this second table to do my marginal frequency where I'm going to put my totals in, get actual numbers going, that sort of a thing. So to start this off, I need to label stuff. I'm going to label things. I really need to label stuff. So classes, I have Class A and Class B. So I'm going to write that down. Class A and Class B. And of course, across the top, those are my favorite colors. It looks like I have red, blue, purple, and green. So red, blue, purple, and green. Oh no. That works. And all I'm going to do is make tally marks. So I'm just going to kind of put my finger. You can't see, but I'm going to put my finger on the screen so I can keep track of stuff. So I have Class A has a red. Class A has a blue. Class B has a red. Ooh, Class B has a red. Class B has a purple. Class B has a blue. Class A has another red. Class B has a green. Class B has another green. Class A has a blue. Sorry, I got a little crazy there with my pen. Class B has a purple. Class B has another blue. Oh, sorry, that's my fault. That's a Class B. I will fix it. See, easy to make mistakes on this. I've told you guys before, this is where I make my mistakes. Class B has a blue. Class A has another blue. Class A has a green. Class A has a red. Class B has a blue. B has another blue. Class A has a purple. Class B has a green. Class A has a red. And Class B has a purple. Now, I do want to double check things, all this stuff, because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So just in my head, I know I should have a total of 20. And so we're going to actually use the next table to help us double check that. So now I've made all my tally marks. Yay. Let's organize our data. So again, we have Class A, Class B, and then this will be our totals. And then we have red, blue, purple, my favorite. Yay. Sorry, it went crazy. Green. Wow, my pen really doesn't like the letter G. And of course, totals over here. So I should end up with a 20 down here because I know that there's 20 pieces of data. So I'm just going to put in some numbers. That's a 4, that's a 1. I've got, oh, I think I made a mistake. I think one of those belongs down there. Did I make a mistake, guys? Did I make a mistake? There should be 4 B's and 3 A's. Hang on. Let's look at our A's. Look at our A's. How many do I have for my blue? I have 1 blue A, 2 blue A's. Am I missing one? 3 blue A's. Okay, so there should only be 3 blue A's, and I think I've actually got 4 B blues. Sorry, I told you this is where I make my mistakes. Oh, you probably caught it before I did. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, yeah, so there should be there. That's better. So there should be 3 blues in Class A and 4 blues in Class B. Hope you guys got it right. Heaven knows I'm making mistakes all around here. In fact, I think I made another mistake because I think there's 3 of these, but I believe there's only 1 Class A that picked purple. Let me double check. A. Yeah, there's only 1 Class A in purple, so sorry about that. Again, I told you this is where I make my mistakes. And of course, in green, I've got 1 in class A and I've got 3 in class B. Whew, I told you this is where I make my mistakes right there. Look at how much I had to fix. Good grief. And I'm going to fix that because that's annoying me. I'm going to fix that, make that pretty. Yeah, ugh, that's where I always make my mistakes. And that's why we use pencil, or in this case, an electronic pen that can be erased. And now I'm going to do my totals. 4 plus 1 is 5. 3 plus 4 is 7. 1 plus 3 is 4. 1 plus 3 is 4. We'll do our totals going across. 4 plus 3 is 7, plus 1 is 8, plus another 1 is 9. 1 plus 4 is 5, plus 3 is 8, plus another 3 is 11. 9 plus 11 is 20. And I'm going to double check. 5 plus 7 is 12, plus 4 is 16, plus 4 is 20. Good. Okay, so I got a 20. I feel good because I got a 20 here, I got a 20 there. We said there were 20 of these over here. I'm feeling all right. Honestly, this is the hardest problem for me. It's always those tally marks. I always miss something. It's hard. Well, we got there. So yeah, I use the first one as my two-way frequency table. I just use it to make my little hash marks, my little tally marks to keep track. And then, of course, I assemble all my numbers, including my totals, in the other table. Yay. We have a different table that they've given us. And what we're going to do with this table on question number 2, let me turn my page. I got to turn the page. There we go. Question number 2, we're supposed to construct a bar graph to represent the data shown in our marginal frequency distribution table. And these numbers are different. So clearly we asked a couple different classes or more kids. I don't know. Let the x-axis, this is important, let the x-axis represent the favorite color of the student. So I'm going to make a little note here that this is our favorite colors down here. So favorite colors, and of course I'm going to put these on here and be like, that's red, that's blue, that's purple, which is the best, and green. Sweet. Along the side then, this is going to be the number of students. And so you don't have to label everything along here. You can just be like, oh, hey, cool, right? Like that's 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I'm just counting. 12, 14, 16, 18, and 20. I don't think I actually need to get up to 20. The only thing that goes up to 20 is that total, which is not going to be on our graph. Please remember that for red, I have 2 bars. I should have a bar for class A and a bar for class B. Same thing with blue, a bar for A, a bar for B. Same thing with purple, same thing with green. So we have to make a key, just so I know which bars are class A and which bars are class B. So I'm going to say my empty bar is class A, and I'm going to say my colored in bar is class B. So I'm going to say that's class A. We're going to say that's class B. I am going to ask that you not use different colors for your test because, of course, if you need to erase things, you're not going to be able to do that with your highlighters and your markers. So go ahead and just use a pencil and just use different designs. You don't have to use the designs I'm using. You can use whatever you would like. So for red, I should have a class A has a bar of 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's my empty bar. Class B has a bar that goes up to 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And of course, that is my colored in bar. For blue, my A bar goes up to 7. So I'm going to go all the way up 5, 6, 7. That'll be my empty bar. For class B, my bar goes up to 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that one for class B is the colored in bar. For purple, my class A bar only goes up to 3. Oh dear. 1, 2, 3. Not my best bar ever. And my class B bar goes up to 5. So oh dear. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'll color that in. And last but not least, green. My class A bar only has 1. It's very small. And my class B bar goes up to 2. Also not real big. I guess green was not a hit with these guys. I like green. I do. I just like purple better, that's all. And now that we have this lovely bar graph, it's very easy to compare, see what's going on, see what's popular and what's not. Indeed. Lovely. Let's go over to question number 3. Now, we're going to talk about this one. First of all, we want a stacked bar graph. So instead of the bars side by side, we're going to stack the bars on top of each other, right? The other thing is we're using a relative frequency distribution. And you'll notice these are not percents. We're going to fix that in a second, okay? So these are not percents. We're going to adjust that in just a little bit. You can leave them as decimals, but I find personally, especially when I'm trying to do stacked bar graphs, much, much easier with percents, personally. And of course, they do tell us, let the x-axis represent the favorite winter sport of our students. So I'm going to make a note down here. My x-axis should be favorite winter sport. Which means I need to put down here what my winter sports are. I have skiing, tubing, sledding. There is a difference. There's a difference between flying down the hill in an inner tube and flying down the hill in a sled. Just saying, there's a difference. And skating, which is my brother's most hated. My brother hates ice skating. It's all right. We still like it. We're going to construct a stacked bar graph. Now, like I said, the issue here is these are not percents. So you know what I actually did on my paper? I was like, I hate the decimals. So I etched that out. I was like, no, go away. And I moved the decimal over twice and put a percent sign on it. So I did the same thing here. I'm like, go away. And I moved the decimal over twice, put a percent sign on it. And I did it with all these just to make it easier. It's easier for me personally, it's easier to do percents. Decimals mess with my head sometimes. So I'm going to put percents on everything. I'm going to move the decimal over twice. If you need, you can, of course, use a calculator and just multiply everything by 100. That's okay, too. Totally okay. And my computer doesn't want to play nice with my trick. I understand. So I'm just turning all these into percents, moving the decimal over, turning them into percents because I hate the decimals. I shouldn't say I hate them, but I kind of do. So I'm just turning everybody into percents, and I wish the book had just given us percents, but they didn't. And that's okay. We're smart enough to know how to multiply by 100 and to use a calculator to help us do that. And, it's fine. That's 100%. Oh! Now I feel better. So now on the side, I'm going to say this is my percent of students. And how did I set this up? I wanted to give myself plenty of space to do this. So I was like, well, that's 5%. And actually, I don't need to put the percent on it because I already put the percent over here. So I'm just going to say that's 5%, 10%, 15. You get the idea. So I'm going to count by fives. Work my way up. And that will take me all the way up to 50% at the top of my y-axis. Awesome. Now, remember stacked bar graph for skiing. I'm going to have a bar for 11th grade and a bar for 12th grade, and they'll just be stacked right on top of the other. But that means I need a key. So I'm going to say in this case, again, you can do whatever design you like. Again, I'm going to recommend against colors just so you can actually erase, use a pencil, right? And I'm going to say that my empty bar is my 11th graders. And I'm going to say that my filled in bar is my 12th graders. And again, you could use a different design. Some of you guys like to do some cute designs. That's okay. You do your cute designs. So for skiing, my 11th graders are at 12.3%. So about almost halfway to 15, not quite. And then my 12th graders are 14.7%, but I know that totals 27. So I need to get all the way up to 27%, which is about there. It's not perfect. And it's wobbly, and that's my colored in bar. Color it in. Lovely. Let's talk tubing. I'm going to go tubing. That's 9.8%. So I almost get to 10%, not quite. And then I'm going to add on 11%, which takes us to 20.9%. So this means I'm going to go just the tiniest bit past 20%. And of course, that top one's my 12th graders, so I'm going to color it in. Sledding, let's see. Sledding, I've got 19.6%, so that's almost to 20%. Wow, that's a popular one. So not quite to 20%, but awfully, awfully close. Now come on down. And we're going to add on our 16.6% right on top of that. And of course, we already know if we add these, you get 36.2. So I know that next bar should go up, that 16.6 should stop at 36.2. So I'm going to come up. There's 35. I'm going to go a little bit past 35 to get to 36. And that top bar is my 12th grader, so I'll color it in. And last but not least, skating, my brother's least favorite activity. It looks like it's not real popular here either. So 6.7%. All right, so I'm going to go up 6.7%. So it's just a little bit past 5%. And I'm going to add on 9.2%, which takes us all the way up to 16%. So I'm going to get up to my, oh, come on, baby, you can do it. You can do it up to my 15 and a bit more than that because that's 16%. And of course, my top bar is the colored in bar. Not my prettiest bar graph ever. You might want to look on my solutions PDF to see the pretty bar graph. This one's not the prettiest one I've ever done. Not the worst, but not the prettiest. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. It looks fine. It's fine. It gets the point across. That's all that matters. Now I can easily compare what's popular, what's not, and all that good stuff. I don't think it was skating. All right, last but not least, flip over here. Question number 4. The conditional relative frequency distribution shows the sports that female and male students choose to participate in. Fair enough. Use the conditional relative frequency distribution to answer each question. Now, we know relative means it's percent, and it's conditional because if you look, the female students were only compared out of the total of 85 female students. So all of these were out of 85 to give our percents. Male students had a total of 97, and so you can see these are all out of 97 to give our percent. So again, it makes for better comparisons. And you're going to use it to answer all these questions. And I'm sure you already did this and you realize it was really easy. So what percent of female students participate in soccer? So female students in soccer, that looks like it is a good solid 16.5%. What percent of male students participate in swimming? So I'm going to come over male students swimming. Looks like I've got 35.1%. Cool. Which sport is the least popular amongst female students? So I've got 21.2 female students, 21.2, 16.5, 25.9, and 36.5. Looks like it's soccer, which is surprising. I feel like soccer is really a big thing around here, but I don't know, maybe it's not where they took the survey, right? Which sport is the most popular among male students? So the most popular, so here's male students, so 24.7, 19.6, 20.6, and 35.1. That's our winner. It looks like swimming is the most popular amongst our male students, except I'm having trouble spelling right now. I got there. And last but not least, which sport is the least popular amongst our male students? So here's our male students. Again, looking at these numbers, the smallest is this one, 19.6. So again, soccer, which I don't know, maybe it's just because of where I grew up. I feel like soccer was a big thing, but I guess not for these guys. As always, I hope you found this helpful. I hope you found this useful. If you have questions or concerns, come talk to me. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.